Hey guys, what's going on? Adam from taexotics. Welcome back to the channel. As the thumbnail suggests, guys, I've done my first egg cutting of the 2020 season. Super excited for it. It was the cinnamon female bred to the black pastel coral glow vanilla. But what I did actually forget is I did put a backup male in there because that male was very inexperienced. It was his first season. So I did put a banana firebee in there also. Now, it'll come to a point, guys, where I can't actually tell which one side it, because the animals that you're about to see could have genes from both parents, from both fathers. So I'm going to have to wait for a shed or maybe even two sheds before I get to see the true colours and be able to tell the true identity of those babies. So guys, as you can see from the thumbnail also, it didn't quite go to plan. One of the babies looks like it's severely kinked, which is a real shame, and I'll show you them in more detail later on in the video. I don't know what happened. I don't know how it could have happened. Like I say, it's one of those things, I suppose. I don't actually think that the baby will survive. It's pretty severely kinked, and it looks to have some sort of neurological issue. It was sort of flapping about all over the place, which is really sad to see. It's the first time I've actually had a deformed baby like this, to the point where I really don't think it will survive. And even if it did survive, the kinking that at least I saw in the egg was so bad, I don't think it could pass any food down. So what I'm hoping for, guys, and it might sound a bit horrible, is I'm hoping that the snake doesn't make it. I'm hoping it doesn't come out of the egg, because if it comes out of the egg, it means, and it doesn't die sort of soon, I've got to then take the decision to euthanize it, which is always a terrible thing to have to do, but you got to think about the actual welfare of the animal. If it's not going to be able to eat, it's just going to starve to death, and that's not fair on the animal at all, and not fair on me to have to watch it as well. So these are sort of things, guys, that you've got to expect when you're breeding. There's so many good things, so many positives, but with those positives come the negatives and the bad and the low point, and that's something you've got to get used to or expect when you're bringing new life into the world, whether it be dogs, cats, sheep, cows, horses, or even snakes. It's a really hard thing to try and take. I spoke to Darren Hughes about it, a good friend Darren Hughes, who basically said, you know, keep your chin up, it happens, don't dwell on it. And that's what I've been trying to do. It's very hard, it's very easier said than done, and it's horrible knowing that, you know, you can't do anything for that baby, and you can't do anything to make it better, and that's quite a hard pill to take. But like Darren said, you know, I've got to take, you know, the positives out of it, learn from the experience, and just move on. So that's what I'm going to try and do, guys, as hard as it may seem. And I've had some great support from people telling me, you know, their experiences with deformed babies and kinks and things like that, and what they've done. So that's been a massive help. So thank you to everybody that has reached out to me and given me sort of well wishes in that regard. I really do appreciate that. So I'm going to start rambling on, guys. We're going to take a look at the actual egg cutting, and then we're going to give a little update a few days later of what the clutch is looking like. So guys, right on cue, on day 55, we have our first pipper. Now this is the first clutch of the season. It was the cinnamon bred to the black pastel coral glow vanilla, but just check my records, and I also paired the banana firebee with this girl as well, which I completely forgot about, if I'm absolutely honest. So if you remember from the last video I'd done on the update on these eggs, I sort of predicted that this little egg would be the first to pip because it was so sort of dimpled, and lo and behold, that is the first one that has pipped. As I said, it's day 55, which was right on schedule for me, so I'm really excited to actually bring you an egg cutting video after so long. It seems like a lifetime ago since I've done this, so I'm still rather nervous, even though I've cut, you know, a ton of eggs. So obviously we will start with the one that's pipped. Let me grab some blue roll just for the goo, because we're probably going to get a bit of goo out of these eggs. So I've got that to hand. That's awesome. So without further ado, let's cut this clutch. Now obviously if the banana firebee has fathered this clutch, then we can get a whole host of things as well. We can obviously get banana cinnamons, we can get fire cinnamons, we can get spider cinnamons, We can get banana firebee cinnamons. I'm hoping the black pastel coral vanilla got it, because I was really shooting for sort of banana 8 balls. But honestly, I've said it before, and I really truly do mean it. As long as they're healthy, as long as they're okay, I really don't care what they are. So without further ado, guys, and sorry, this is the best sort of angle I can get, and I hope that's good enough for you. So here we go, guys. First egg cutting of the season. And I did tell myself I would get some decent scissors for the next time I've done an egg cutting, which these are not. They're good, they're sharp, they're just not quite long enough. I do like them a bit longer. So here we go. I can see a little head straight away. Let's have a look and see what we have. Sighted. Okay. So right off the bat, that is a cinnamon. Don't know if well you can see that, it's quite dark, but that is definitely excuse me, that definitely does just look like a cinnamon. So nothing too crazy in there. Okay guys, let's go for egg number 2. Let's see what we've got here. So this one's still quite dimpled, not as dimpled as some of the others, but we're going to go ahead and cut anyway, because as I said, I always like to wait for 1-2 pip before I cut. I just wish I had some decent blooming scissors, because I hate these ones. So here we go. Lots of goo in that one, as expected. And I promise, guys, I will get some decent scissors for next time, because these make a right hash of it. Okay, so here's a clue of who fathered the clutch, because there we have a banana, well, it looks like a banana cinnamon. I'm not sure if there's fire in that yet. It's got a really light head, but that's absolutely stunning. Absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure how well the camera's picking it up, but that is at least a banana cinnamon, so that's really cool. Absolutely beautiful. We'll never get bored of hatching banana stuff. So it looks like, got some more blue roll. It does look like the banana firebee has sired this clutch, which is okay. I would have preferred the obviously the other one to have sired, but it is what it is. I really don't mind, like I said, as long as they're healthy, and they look okay so far in the egg. So let's go for egg number 3. Again, this one's quite plump as well, so we'll probably get some goo from this one. There we go. So let's see what we have in egg number 3. Clutch number 2 is actually due in just under 2 weeks, and we've got more eggs in that clutch. I think it's a 9-egg clutch, if I'm not mistaken. And these scissors make the job very difficult, so I need to get myself some decent scissors. I'm trying to miss that blood vein there. Okay, so what do we have here? Nothing too crazy by the looks of it. That does just look like a normal, to be fair. It could be a fire. Could be fire, but nothing too crazy. But like I said 100 times, and I'll say it 100 times more, I get the same satisfaction hatching normals as I would do anything else, and that's the God's honest truth, just because I love doing this, you know. It's such an awesome thing to be able to do. bringing new life into the world is just awesome, and I'm sure you know, these will grow up to be some amazing snakes for people, and some well, that one there, if that's a female, I'll be keeping her. The banana cinnamon, or at least a banana cinnamon. And we have another one in here. So this one is it looks very similar. We'll actually compare them in a second. But that one looks very similar. So that is a banana cinnamon. Again, it could be a fire, but we'll obviously get an update once they come out of the egg. But I don't know if you can see those colours. Some really, really nice colours. But what I've just realised is that one is kinked. That one has quite a severe kink, guys. I don't know if you can see that there, right there. Oh, that's a shame. That's an absolute shame. Hopefully the other one's okay, but yeah, that one is pretty. Oh yeah, that's pretty messed up. Oh, that is a shame. Absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted. Oh, poor little thing. Now that is quite a severe kinking, guys. I'm not sure what's happened there. It's one of those things, isn't it? So we get this bit off. There we go. I don't know how well you can see that, guys, but yeah, that is severely kinked, and that is such a shame. Oh dear. Absolutely stunning animal as well. And it would be one of the blooming bananas, wouldn't it? But it is what it is, guys. You know, unfortunately this does happen. Yeah, it's pretty kinked and messed up inside as well. I can feel another kink. Oh, that's really sad. Absolutely sad. But you know what? You know, you got to take the bad with the good. And unfortunately, this is the bad. Really bad. That's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. That's really disappointing. But guys, you know, it does happen. It can happen for, you know, an array of different reasons. It could just be a problem with the embryo. It could be an incubation problem of where that particular egg was situated within the actual box. It could have had a hike in temperature. Could have had a drop in temperature. You just don't know. You just don't know. I doubt that one will actually survive. It is quite severely kinked. I'm not sure how much you can see of that on the video, but we'll get an update on this one near the time. It is alive, it is moving, but I don't know whether that's even going to come out of the egg. It is. I can see more kinks further down, which is a shame. It really is a shame. Absolutely gutted for it. So guys, here is the clutch, a couple of days after actually cutting them. 4 eggs. So obviously this was the cinnamon to both the black pastel coral glow vanilla and a banana fire bee. Now it's pretty tough to determine which actual dad's side the clutch, because the genes are very similar. And what I mean by that is this one here, which is what I was thinking was a cinnamon, could actually be a black pastel. So until that comes out, we're not really going to know what was what. This one here is pretty much a normal, could be a fire. Again, have to wait till he comes out, but it looks pretty normal to me. And obviously we've got the 2 coral glow or banana combos going on either side of that one there in the middle. Now this one here, I'm trying to get a good view of it. Let me move my camera a bit. Sorry about the shoddy camera work, guys. sort this tripod out. Okay, so this one here is the one, this one here is the one that's pretty deformed. This one has got a pretty bad kink, at least one kink so I can see, and it also seems to have a bit of a neurological issue because it was flapping about sort of upside down and sort of corkscrewing a little bit. So this is the one I'm really worried about, because this one isn't going to make it. Even if it does make it out of the egg, I don't think it's going to feed. So I'll have to make a decision of what to do sort of down the line, which is something I'm not looking forward to. But that could either be, guys, it could either be a Coral Glow Black Pastel, it could be a Coral Glow Black Pastel Vanilla. This one here is a little bit lighter, so that could be the Coral Glow Black Pastel Vanilla, or it could be a Banana Cinnamon, and that could be a Banana Cinnamon Fire. So, you know, the parents, the fathers were very similar in genes, so I'm gonna have to wait until they come out. But what also I have noticed, guys, is the one that doesn't have kinks does have a deformed head. Let's see if we can get a better view of it here. See if I can zoom in a bit. I don't know if you can see that there on top of its head. That's a bit of bone protruding. I did sort of touch it and it was hard. So we can get a better view. There you go. So that's obviously not normal. It looks like a little rhino or a little dinosaur. You know those dinosaurs that butt heads? Looks like one of them. So that's very strange. So that's two. Both Coral Glow combinations are both deformed. So I'm not sure what's going on. Could it be something wrong with the father? If it is, it must be with the Black Pastel Coral Glow Vanilla, because the Banana Fire Bee is proven time and again not to have these issues. Is it just an incubation issue? I'm not sure at this point. Only time will tell. That one I can't see any kinks on, but of course it's still in the egg, so it's very hard to tell. But obviously that sort of head bump or head lump is very prominent. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I would of course update you guys, you know, if and when they all come out. I mean, this one's absolutely fine and this one's absolutely fine. As you can see, that one will probably be out in the next day or two. But whether or not that one comes out or that one comes out and survives, we've got to wait and see, guys. And this is why it didn't quite go to plan. I've always said I don't care what I hatch as long as they're happy and healthy and thrive. And already 50% of this clutch isn't happy, isn't healthy, and I very much doubt are going to thrive. But we'll see. I mean, this one here, I'm not too worried about. If it's just sort of that little head lump and no kinking, it should be absolutely fine. Unless that's some sort of swell on the brain or anything like that, then obviously it's in trouble. But as you can see, guys, it's quite prominent, should I say. This is a bit sad. Try and get a better view. Sort of looks like a dinosaur. There we go. So guys, there we go. Clutch number one, you know, not so good. We'll have to wait and see when they come out of the egg, if they come out of the egg, you know, the state of play and what we're actually dealing with here. But as I said, guys, many times, you've got to take that sort of thing with all the good things. It's the first time I've had that sort of situation, and I've been breeding a very long time. It is really sort of gut wrenching and upsetting to see that sort of thing. But you've got to, you know, keep your chin up and just push through it. Learn from the experience. Sort of try and work out in your head what could have caused it. But don't dwell on it too much, because you'll make yourself go crazy. Which is what I was doing until Darren Hughes sort of gave me a kick up the bum over the phone and said, look, basically it happens. Don't dwell and just move on from it. So that's what I'm going to do, guys, but I will of course keep you updated on the progress of those animals, whether they make it or whether they don't, and I'll take you through the next steps of what to do with them, obviously if they're not going to make it, and if I've got euthanized and things like that. I want to share everything with you guys, not just the good stuff, the bad stuff as well, because if this happens to you, I want you to have somewhere to reach out to, or to a video to watch, to give you a bit of help and advice if you ever come across that situation, because undoubtedly if you breed enough, you will come across things like this. So I want this to be a sort of a learning curve, not just for me but for you as well, and hopefully you can take something positive from it also. So guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Not the best news for a video to bring you, but it is what it is. I want to thank you guys for your support. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I'm going to be doing another giveaway very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you ting that bell so you get a notification so you don't miss any future giveaways. Please drop a comment, smash that subscribe button. It really, really helped me out, and I really do appreciate all your support and all the minutes and hours you put into watching my content. So until next time guys, thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.